Can geography decide a nation's future? Why did America become so powerful? Why do India and Pakistan keep fighting? Why is Africa still poor despite its resources? And what do China, Russia, and the Middle East really want? The answers to these questions all begin with one simple thing: geography. In today's video, we will explore these global struggles through the lens of geography. So, welcome to Prisoners of Geography, the book that explains how 10 maps shape the future of our world. Prisoners of Geography explain how 10 maps of the world expose everything you need to know about global politics. It was written by British journalist and editor Tim Marshall and first published in 2015. Tim Marshall worked for nearly 25 years with Sky News and also spent time at the BBC covering diplomacy and global conflict. He reported from war zones like Afghanistan, Iraq, Lebanon, and Israel, covering more than 30 countries in total. His core message is simple: geography is the foundation of world politics. Natural borders, man-made lines, and the physical layout of land influence trade, conflict, power, and even peace. Let's begin with Russia geography. In the 20th century, Russia was a global superpower, competing only by the USA. It's the largest country on earth, twice the size of the US or China, 5 times bigger than India. You could fit United Kingdom into Russia 25 times. But despite its size, Russia's population is relatively small, around 144.5 million. That's less than Nigeria or Pakistan. Russia has long dreamed of accessing warm water ports that don't freeze in winter. A Russian nationalist, Vladimir Zelensky, once said, "One day, Russian soldiers will wash their boots in the warm water of India." This dream has driven much of Russia's foreign policy. Even major ports like Murmansk in the north freeze during winter. Vladivostok in the Pacific is closed for months and surrounded by seas dominated by Japan. That limits Russia's trade and military power. Russia's weakness is its geography, but ironically, geography also protects it. Both Napoleon and Hitler failed to conquer Russia thanks to its vast size and brutal winter. Chapter 2 of the book is about China. China is massive in both land and population, home to nearly 1.4 billion people. But unlike maritime powers like the UK or the US, China has struggled to control the seas. Building a global navy is possible, but expensive and difficult. The Pacific is filled with the rival powers, and the Atlantic and Indian Ocean offer little strategic advantage to China. Historically, Chinese civilization started in the northern plains, the Meadowlands south of Mongolia, and to Manchuria. Today, around 90% of Chinese people belong to the Han ethnic group, who dominate politics and the economy. China is mainly a land power, using strong leadership and defensive strategies to maintain control. It has turned its internal security and geographical safety into economic and military rise. Still, China's natural barriers, mountains, deserts, and seas limit its outward expansion. Chapter 3: The United States. America in contrast hit the geographic jackpot. It has friendly neighbors, a vast network of rivers, productive land, and access to both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. These natural features helped it to grow quickly, both economically and politically. A lot of US territory was also bought, like Louisiana from France and Alaska from Russia. Many thought Alaska was a bad deal until gold and oil were discovered. What truly sets the US apart is its unity. 50 states, one government, one currency, one military. Europe, in contrast, has 28 different countries, languages, and political systems, making unity much harder. Winning both World War allowed America to shape global trade, military alliance, and diplomacy. It became the world's leading superpower, and thanks to geography, most wars never reach American soil. Chapter 4 is about the Western Europe. Europe is where modern civilization bloomed, the Enlightenment, the Industrial Revolution, and the new political ideas. But it's also divided by rivers, mountains, and centuries of conflict. That's why Europe has 28 separate countries. Despite the European Union and NATO, deep trust is still missing. Germany and France push hardest for European unity. But even they prepare for worst-case scenarios like a stronger Russia. Germany is Europe's richest nation with 82 million people in the world's fourth largest economy. If the European Union breaks apart, Germany would face major problems. That's why it quietly invests in stability across the continent. Europe's future remains uncertain, undefined. Old rivalries still simmer beneath the surface. Chapter 5 of the book is about Africa. Africa is vast and rich in resources. Gold, oil, minerals, fertile land, yet it's often labeled poor. Why? Colonial powers draw artificial borders, ignoring tribes, languages, and local cultures. These fake borders lead to weak governments and endless internal conflict. Africa's coastline or seaboards look great on a map, but few natural harbors or ports exist. Its rivers have waterfalls and rapids, making trade and travel difficult. Add to those diseases like malaria, and development becomes even harder. Geography and history have worked against Africa despite its natural wealth. Chapter 6 of the book is about the Middle East. The modern Middle East map was created by European powers after World War I. Lines were drawn on paper, creating countries like Syria, Iraq, Jordan, and Israel without local consent. These artificial borders split tribes, religions, and ethnic groups, creating endless conflict. Add in religious divisions like Sunni vs Shia, and things even get more complex. Oil, war, nationalism, and foreign intervention from the US, Russia, China make this one of the most unstable regions in the world. Chapter 7 of the book is about the India and Pakistan. When the British left India in 1947, they divided the land between India and Pakistan, creating a 1900-mile border and a bitter rivalry. The two nations have fought multiple wars, mainly over Kashmir. They also clash over river water, culture differences, and religion. Both countries have nuclear weapons, making the rivalry extremely dangerous. Afghanistan's stake between them has no sea access and little economic growth due to decades of war and difficult territory. Chapter 8, Korea and Japan. The Korean peninsula is split in two, North and South Korea. Technically, they are still at war. North Korea is backed by China. South Korea is protected by US, which has about 30,000 troops based there. Japan nearby has territorial disputes with both Korea and China. This region is tense. Every move is watched, and one mistake could lead to war. Geography, history, and politics make peace incredibly difficult. Chapter 9 is about Latin America. Latin America is rich in resources but faces many obstacles. Mountains, jungles, and deserts divide the land. Colonial borders create divisions, and bad governance has slowed progress. Many countries are still dependent on the US or increasingly on China. Only few countries like Brazil, Chile, and Argentina have reached middle income status. Geography once again is both a barrier and a burden. Chapter 10 is about the Arctic. The Arctic was once ignored, too cold, too remote, too dangerous. But now climate change is melting the ice. That means new shipping routes like the Northern Sea Route, access to resources, oil, gas, and rare minerals. Now the US, Russia, Canada, and others are racing to claim Arctic territory, but environmental risks are huge. The Arctic could shape future trade routes, fuel global conflict, or trigger ecological disaster. Let's jump to the conclusion of the book. The main lessons of the prisoners of geography is: geography shapes everything. Borders, rivers, mountains, and oceans define a country's strength, weaknesses, and even its future. Russia is struck by frozen ports. China is surrounded by rivals. America is lucky with oceans and unity. Africa is rich but divided. And the Middle East lines were drawn and made by people who never lived there. Geography is not destiny, but it is the starting point. So if you want to understand world events, look at map. If you found this breakdown or summary helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below. Which region's geography surprised you the most? And as always, stay curious. Goodbye.